Honestly, one moment it feels like I am so mad at Ifeyinwa, and the next minute I am loving her. I am cracking up at how she's handling Timmy and his tantrums and his attitude of being a betrayer. I'm like, Ifeyinwa, help me have a very balanced relationship with you in this season, because I don't get it. Let's just talk about Ifeyinwa first before we talk about the other characters and the other scenes and everything that transpired in the third episode of the second season of Flawsome. But before that, welcome back to the channel. If you're returning subscriber, it feels so good to always know that you're back on here. It will feel better if you drop a comment and let me know that you're a returning subscriber. But yeah, welcome back. Thank you so much. And in case you're just seeing my channel, hearing my voice, watching my video, welcome. I really do hope you stay, and I really do hope you make it to the end of this video. I am Ronkesuyi. I review movies, talk about web series, TV shows. So I really love that you stick around me on this channel by subscribing to the channel, liking this video, leaving a comment. All this engagement helps to push my videos forward. So I really appreciate that. All right. Thank you so much. So yes, I said we're going to talk about Dolapo first, and that is what we are going to do. I'm sure that Timmy definitely did not see Ifeyinwa coming. When I say he didn't see her coming, let's talk about that scene where she was having a board meeting with the board of directors when they were trying to vote for, the 5 top clients to get shortlisted to buy the company. And I loved how she started out with, appreciating them. This, it's like an emotional playing with their emotion. I mean, not really playing with their emotion, but she was appeasing their emotion. She was appealing to it. She was, trying to get on their good side, trying to play this emotional mind game with them, talking about thanking them about how they've helped her father. She believes they have the interest of the company at heart, how she feels like the voting should reflect who they are and who they've been over the years. I was just like, yes, girl, that is the move of a CEO. Make people feel appreciated, make them feel valued, and watch them do what you want them to do for you. I mean, hopefully Timini doesn't get too much in their heads, because remember when she left the table, Timini was like, I thought we're doing this for, the Austin company. I mean, Stride shouldn't get this and all of those things. But I'm really interested in seeing how this battle between Timini in terms of this whole buyer of the company will turn out. Because remember, Timini has sort of collected bribe. In fact, all the board of directors have collected something in order to vote in the favor of Austin. So yeah, I'm really interested in that. And on the flip side, everyone needs to take a break from this alcohol thingy. Like, it's getting really annoying. The scene where she, went to Clark's. When she went to the bar, Clark came for her, took her home. She was so drunk. She tried to make her with him. And of course, as a gentleman, he wasn't willing to, even though he likes her so much and is, is willing to have that experience with her. He wasn't willing to do that with her in that frame of mind, knowing fully well that she's not very conscious of what she's doing. And I mean, she has a problem with alcohol. So it would be like him taking advantage of her. And I liked how he just walked out there and made sure that she was fine, and we saw all that, the illusion she had, thinking she was seeing her mom, and the conversation with her mom, like, it was messy, it was annoying. I'm like, girl, we don't need this now. And also the scene where she eventually went to Clark, I think she apologized, she brought him food, they were having a good time. I think he brought up her alcohol situation, and she was like, she's not dependent on alcohol, she just takes alcohol when she wants to unwind, She was getting all defensive. I mean, do you think it wasn't Clark's place to tell her? But I feel like he can have that conversation with her. There's a lot at risk. They are business partners. They like each other. So, I mean, I don't think it was out of place for him to have brought that up. But we saw how defensive she got, and she stormed out of his office. And as if this girl would go home and think about her life, she still went to the store and bought a lot of alcohol. Like, guilt was killing her. She was telling the attendant that I'm having a party. I'm like, who asked you, mama? Guilty concon. Who asked you? Why are you explaining yourself? You go explain entire. But honestly, Ifeyinwa is really getting on my nerves, and I really cannot wait to get her, to see her out of that whole thing. She's talking about her and Timini. I think my favorite scene has to be the scene where Timini stopped into her office and it was like, oh, what's she doing about the voting thingy? And she was like, oh, I didn't send the link to you. I didn't send it to your email. Oh, I must have forgotten. Oh my God, that scene was so hilarious. You could tell that Timi was fuming. He was angry. He was pacing around the office. He was so unsettled. I'm like, yes, I love it. The enemy will not have no rest. They would have no rest, darling. But yeah, also coming down to Dolapo, we saw that, Dolapo was able to close this deal with Abdul, and now she's very much in charge of their PR, their public image, and all of those things. And it's it feels like a very big deal for her. And we saw that, she had this client whose sex tape got released online, who came running to her crying, and of course going into action, started trying to know how to fix it, talking to her employers to work on it. I mean, like I already said, it's so sexy to see Dolapo in that work mode. I really love it when I see a character like that. And I don't know, with the way Dolapo was looking at the husband of this client, I don't know why I feel like the husband has something to do or had something to do with that on social media, but fingers crossed on that. Our brother is also still missing, and I love that emotional scene she had with her mom. We talked about it in the previous episode where we feel like the mother has been emotionally blackmailing her, really commending her for how she has been involved with the family's dilemma, and she has been there for them physically, emotionally, and also financially. And I love the emotional moments with the mom and her apologizing and them giving each other a good hug. I really liked it. Oh my goodness, the last scene of this episode, the place where Ronti met with Dolapo in Abuja, where it was like, whose job are you here to steal? And he was saying he wants to introduce Abdul to, Dolapo, because she's sure that Dolapo doesn't really fit. He's sure that Dolapo doesn't fit into that, that circle. She's new, that nobody knows her. And to stain her white by saying she used to work for so person. And Abdul was like, oh, that was the exact reason why we hired her. Guy almost gagged. He was so close to dying. Like, he could have kicked the bucket right on that spot if God did not say, okay, I still want you to witness more shameful moments in front of Dolapo, so I'll keep your life. And I love the way Dolapo just walked up to the table behind her, gave him a napkin and said, Ronti, close your mouth or clean your mouth, you're drooling. Oh my God. I mean, this lady is like giving me life. I love it. And I foresee more, intense, battle between Dolapo and Ronti is just being delusional. He needs to get over Dolapo as soon as possible and face his life. Talking about Ivie is still struggling to get her brand back on track. She can't focus on the design or on the dress she's supposed to make in order to like get back her reputation on track. And we saw her trying to, she's been to Dolapo's office to help her fix things, and Dolapo is so carried away and so busy with the new client she just got in, and the whole sex thing that's happening with her other client, and other personal issues, and it just feels like Dolapo is so distant and she's not like there, like she would usually be there for Ivie to fix her issues and be there for her. And I really hope that it doesn't get to Ivie so much. I really hope that she kind of understands that Dolapo is just very, very busy and worked up and very occupied, and she would have loved to be there for her when she actually needs her. But I really hope that Ivie is able to figure out things with or without Dolapo. Let's talk about Poju. What the hell was Poju looking for in this episode? I think I should have started with this. What in the actual hell was Poju looking for? Did I say Dolapo? Was Poju looking for in this episode? The audacity. It must be on sale. Because what? Very shameless man. Talking about, okay, 100K. I made a prediction. I lost a lot of money. Bro. He came in, putting his hand on his head like somebody died, like he knocked off somebody's child off the road. Like, so shameless. And I love the way Ivie served him his shame on a platter. Guy, get back into gutter where you're coming from. Like, who the hell do you think you're here to mess with? Like, get out. Get the hell out. What? Oh no, Poju is a very shameless person. He's very shameless. I really hope this is the last to be seeing him. And if we get to see him again, I hope we get to see him in shame again. Because what the hell? Nonsense. So yeah, down to Ram. I feel like the last episode I saved Ramat for the last. I'm also saving her for the last in this episode as well. But yeah, down to Rama. We saw that in the beginning of the episode she's still like drowning herself in her sorrows, in her pain, in her worries concerning her marriage, her divorce, and how things kind of ended with the last person she was trying to fix their life. Can we agree that, Dolapo and Ramat can be such a fixer? It's just that Dolapo is more realistic and more rational with us and with less emotions, in most cases. But so we saw her, and I loved how the ladies were around, Ramat to be there for her, even though they didn't really know what was going on, but they were still there to listen in case she was ready to speak. And I love the conversation Ivie even had with Ramat afterwards, I might not be the one you want to hear such serious advice from amongst the girls, but whatever it is, I'm always here to listen. And I liked how they were able to get her out of bed, cook for her, the bonding time and everything that they did up until, Dolapo got a call about the sex tape on the internet, and are having to leave the old gadget. So I really liked that scene. Now Ramat and Uduak, my goodness, I really don't even know in fact, I feel like Ramat is really playing, or Dima-Okojie is really playing the character of Ramat really well. There was one scene in the last episode, I didn't talk about it, the scene where, I can't remember what she said, but there was the way she spoke to Uduak and looked at him at the same time. It was so intense, and we're still getting that vibe in this episode. I don't even know what to make of with the both of them. They're able to deal with whatever they are going through with less chaos. I mean, she has agreed to give him the divorce if only he allows them to try, and if it doesn't work, she would divorce him. And we saw how Dolapo invited Uduak for a chat because she felt Ramat was having issues because Uduak actually cheated on her with the Olamide lady. And like I already said, Dolapo can be such a fixer, but she uses less emotion, although not in this case, And I know we saw how infuriated Uduak was, what the hell do you mean? And him going to Ramat, and Ramat also going to Dolapo to put her in her place, you're my best friend, you're not my assistant wife. I didn't tell you about this thing. You had no right to jump into conclusion. And, when Dolapo was when she eventually opened up to, Dolapo saying she was one that cheated, she kissed the God power guy, and, Dolapo was surprised, and Dolapo was like, oh, what can I do to fix this? I'm like, oh my God, Ramat's expression was my exact expression, fix? Don't use that word fix. You're such a fixer. You can't fix everything. And just like Ramat said, you can't fix everything. I don't expect you to fix anything. Just stay away from it. Do something else. Go fix your work. Look for your brother. Just leave my marriage alone. But I mean, it's awful that these people really want to be there for Ramat, but they don't know what to do or how to be there for her because she's not really telling them anything. But hopefully we get less chaos around the ladies and more fun time. But I mean, if the drama isn't there, the show would not be fun, right? So I'm really excited for episode 4 of season 2 of Flawsome. Let me know what your highlight was in the comments section. I'll love to see my next recap video. Until then, make sure to remain happy, be cautious with yourself. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. Bye, guys.